but tell us a little bit. Give us just a little background of the band that you were in, and how did being in that band treat you?
Oh my goodness. Well, it kind of started off. I graduated high school and hooked up with this band out of Soddy-Daisy, Tennessee. My dad said
What is
nothing good
sounded?
ever
What was
come out
that?
of
Sodded day?
Soddy-Daisy, Tennessee.
What? How many is it? Population?
Soddy, maybe 2000, but
Okay.
it used to be when I joined the band, they had led the nation in car theft per capita for 17 consecutive years. And my dad said, "Do you want to be known hanging out with hooligans like that?" I went, "Well, Dad, think about it this way. If you ever lock yourself out of your car or your house after playing with them a month or two, I'll probably be able to get you in."
There we
And
go.
my
Hey,
dad went,
that's
"You are
optimistic.
you're the dullest knife in the drawer, boy." But these guys, I boarded a 1958 Greyhound held together with duct tape and started my journey with them. And we broke down on our very first journey, 17 miles outside of Chattanooga, put some more duct tape on that bus, and we hit the road. But we were playing the bars, and through playing some of the larger bars in the country, we became the David Allen Co band. And anybody that knows anything about outlaw music, he was a notorious outlaw,
Hmm.
literally was an outlaw motorcycle gang member. And then we spent about 2 years playing for Johnny Paycheck, and he was a Hell's Angel. Now,
Oh,
when I graduated high school, had never drank, smoked, cussed, done anything. I was a virgin. And when you change the atmosphere like I did, your life changes.
hmm.
Next thing you know, I was the wildest guy in the band. And I got introduced to a drug called cocaine, hanging out with these outlaw guys, and played with it for a while.
Yeah.
And
So,
most people that know me know I don't really need drugs. I'm pretty jacked. But
right, Chris. So,
anyway,
how did just real quick, like, so you said you never drank, smoked, cussed, you're virgin.
no,
So,
yeah.
what was it that that made you cross the line? Like, what you've made a lot of good choices up to this point. Like, what is there one or a couple of things you'd say this is what got me to a place where I'm like, I'm ready to just start exploring, to start experimenting? What was there one thing, a few things? Was it environment? Was it peer pressure?
It was a little of all of that. I was the first time I was at a place in Daytona Beach called Finky's. Everybody played there. The Allman Brothers, when they would break up, Greg Allman would come in and go sit and bring his band, the Greg Allman band, in there. But I went in and we were playing for a week stint there. They had a concert on Sunday night, and it was Steppenwolf. Get your motor running, and but Leon Wilkerson, who was the bass player for Leonard Skynyrd, Norman Fink, the owner, introduced me to Leon,
Hmm.
and we were hanging out, drinking a little bit. And I wasn't a big drinker at that time, but it was I wanted to fit
Mhm.
in. And he took me in Norman's office and dumped this big pile of white powder out.
Wow.
Says, "Here, man, do one of these."
Wow.
And I went, "I've never done that." And so, what is it? He said, "This is cocaine, man." He said, "You'll have a great night." And I'm sitting here going, I'm with the bass player of Lynyrd
Yeah.
Skynyrd, man.
Can't say no.
I can't say no. And I tried it, and I did feel the rush from it. But like I said, I'm jacked up anyway. I'm the worst case of spending money on drugs you've ever met in your life. I just don't need it.
Right.
But man, peer pressure, the environment changed when you're hanging out with outlaws
Mhm.
and Hell's Angels and just that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then you're staying up till 2 and 3 in the morning, and then ladies came into
Mm.
play, and it's funny how the ladies love
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
And, man, there was an endless supply
Mhm.
because we were tied up with these motorcycle gangs. Before you know it, I would end up being a dealer and would put things on my
Jeez.
bus and would bring them to Chattanooga, where they would disperse from Chattanooga to Ohio, then go to Chicago to New York.
How fast? Like,
I
how
mean,
fast between I have a couple of questions because I've heard, you
yeah.
hear these stories, they're very similar where kind of an innocent person comes into fame, and all of a sudden these they have an introduction story. This is how it was introduced, and it's usually somebody that they look up to. They're very
Yeah.
similar to what you're saying. You know, I think VH1 used to have like behind the scenes music stuff where it was like the same story. Hey, if you like this clip and you want the full episode, then just hit the link in the description. And thank you again for joining us on Living on Incline.